And we're so proud to have you with us today and your family. And we would love to have you just share just a couple of words we talked about. Would you like to come up here for just a moment? Let's give her a round of applause.
Well, that was absolutely beautiful to be able to see my husband again and all of his energy. And I'm sorry that some of the words weren't clear, but we knew what he was saying to everybody with all the thank you and enthusiasm that he had for this congregation. Terry, you know better than to ask me to say a few words. Anyway, I promise there won't be another sermon. However, the things that Pastor Craig mentioned in his sermon, the things that Jill Fisher said at the children's sermon, are a great deal of what I'd just like to say here as part of what I feel for this group, this family that we have. So I thank you so much for inviting our family and others from the past for this beautiful 40-year anniversary celebration. Some of our family couldn't be here today, but believe me, they send their love and their greetings to you. But I'm happy that Rocky and Laurel and Carrie and Denny and Jenna could be with me this afternoon. And I truly feel Bob's love is here with us as we are celebrating together. 40 years ago, wow. For me, if I were to paraphrase something that one of the speakers at our recent ELCA convention in Pittsburgh said, in honor of this special occasion, I dyed my hair silver. I'm kidding. You know I've been silver for a long time. But it only proves that time flies as time goes on. Been silver for a long time. But looking back into the late 1960s, the Pacific Southwest Synod of what was then the Lutheran Church in America, at its board meetings, wanted to start a new congregation this side of the freeway, as we already had one on the other side. But we needed some places to serve this area and the surrounding areas. So they had a hope and a dream. And it was Bob's wonderful blessing to be called. He felt so happy and humble to be called to be the organizing pastor at that time. He would have been able to remember all the names of those in the pictures that we just saw and those organizing them. Unfortunately, my memory is fading more with time to the point where I can't remember what I had for breakfast most days. But I'll never forget the willingness of the people, the faces that offered their homes, like Chuck and Bill, and Ken and Gloria Buick, those who remember them, and many others that some of them here today, to use their homes to discuss all the details of organizing a church in the first place. Then we progressed from homes to other buildings. We met for a while in a neighborhood community, and progressed from that to be with our wonderful Methodist friends who shared their building for such a long time. The temple was with us too for a while, and even the Episcopals had an office for a while they started their new church. That many people in one building. It was wonderful. But the area grew, and grew rapidly. With it, a new building had to be found. And you did. You found another building, and eventually shared with those of our Korean faith. Now, how terrific it is to know that you have your own building, your own space, with new hope and the new possibilities, prayers, worship, that all of this can serve in this community. And while the building needs have been met throughout the years, no matter how small a house, how wonderfully reconstructed every building to make it a worshipful place. It's the people in the congregations who form a church that keep possible the ability to build on that early foundation. And for those of you who worked so hard in those early years and are still working, and for many who are the new faces among you that I see some today that I don't know, it's great to be able to be a part of you again today. It's just beyond the joy that I could express in words. There are so many of you that should be named, but that's a dangerous thing to start. But I am going to name a couple of names. Bob always felt such strong encouragement from those early years on. Quiet encouragement with one who still works quietly, always in the background, Arnold Reuter. Along with Arnold, Mr. Wolf. He's also been a quiet worker. Another of the many new hopes and prayers that Bob and I both shared with all those that were the interim pastors that came along to help during transition times. We both had the hope and prayer that when Pastor Craig was called to be pastor of this congregation, that he would accept. God answered that call as well. And now he has and is giving that wonderful pastoral service along with Sam with the youth group. And we continue just to share the joy of this ongoingness in this congregation. So to each of you, it's great for us to feel this continuity and to be here, and we want you to know that this is still what we call our home congregation. So we thank you for letting us share this day, this beautiful day, and 40 years of all of the neighbors. Thank you.